in the fight and always taking a lot of damage. Yeah, with that done, looks like SK Gaming is again going to be going on to the quarterfinals, but let's watch a little bit of in Communist Holland versus Wids is a ringer. So I don't even know. Wids obviously not part of this usual team, but looks like they all have the silver bro fist. So they are going to actually be, somewhat of a solid team. Copper Tree, Never Run, and Deshef going to be on the warm side, and it is 2-3 already right now. I'm going to try and change the names as soon as possible. So Communist Holland on the warm team, and on the cold side we do have, Wids is a ringer. So Communist Holland. Alright, sorry if the stream is lagging a little bit. The frames are probably really bad because I did have it on Smart Cam. Good punt out there onto Wids from actually Never Run, who is an opposing Ravener. We got the Moonburst coming out. Not the Moonburst, the Moonstone coming out. That is not going to happen. And an EX Fear. Good job onto Wids. He's going to actually get... Copper Tree is going to get Cyclonic Strike. And man, I am losing energy left and right. Hopefully these games will... re-energize me. Goomba Stomp does happen from Wids. Another Cyclonic Strike comes out, and it looks like, Cold Team might be in a little bit of a trouble with Wids, as Never Run did punt out Din, but that is not going to be the case. Din actually getting a nice Moonstone into Moonburst combo. Lots of moons and suns going on for the Astronomer. You get tongue-twisted and tongue-tied sometimes. Tongue-tied? Tongue-tied. Yeah, I got to pronounce the G. So Wids is a ringer. Going to be bringing it to 2-4, and we're going to be seeing if the warm team, sorry I'm getting majorly distracted, can actually bring this one back. If they can, maybe change up their playstyle a little bit. Copper Tree did get bursted down very early and did get hit by a couple in-caps. Cyclonic Strike as well from the Guardian, and here we go, nice punt out. That's going to give a little bit of a punishment room for Wids, but Never Run in fact is going to get counter punished by the Astronomer right there, and that, good job getting the M1s off, and he is actually going to be out of outs. He used the trance, but a good Moonstone is going to keep Copper Tree and Never Run out of the fight for just a teeny bit. In the meantime, we got Deshef. Everybody's clustering up over here in the middle. Never Run staying on the outside because he can't get any heals, and it looks like Astral Beam comes out onto Din, but that's not going to be able to do, enough from the warm side. Cyclonic Strike did miss, but they did kill off both Raveners on both teams. So, man, these games are really, really quick in terms of some of the action that's happening all at once. Chains of Zex come out, and that's only going to get Tiger, CC'd for a little bit. It did set up for that Fear, as you did see, which allowed for more of a combo, a little bit more damage to come out, allowed for that cleave afterwards. So even just one mistake when it's a 2v2, getting hit by a Chains of Zex, you get followed up by a Fear, then you get cleaved from, the opposing Guardian, and you're going down. So, you always have to lock it up and make sure that you, even if you have to blow an out to get out of there, you don't want to allow your opponents to set up any kind of abilities, any kind of pressure whatsoever. And whew, alright, gotta take another sip of water real quick. Hold on, commentary will have to put on the back burner. Alright, Never Run went in, as you saw, very quickly. Got punished for it, though, because Deshef wasn't there, and then Deshef sort of decided to stay in, and then he got punished himself, allowing so much meter for the Cold Team. Triple Cyclonic Strike coming out from Deshef, but a Goomba Stomp from Wids, going to be punching him out into the afterlife. And that's going to be, a nice round for the Cold Team. No, it's not over yet. Copper Tree just missed his Fear, and that's not going to get hit Wids, and that's not going to do the damage necessary. Oh, good punt out by Wids right there. Never Run did use the space in, trying to get a little bit more extra damage. Didn't happen. Wids, was waiting there with the Crude Strike, punting him back on out. Tigger doing a very nice job with the Guardian, doing a significant amount of damage. A lot of it, the Swinging Strike. Axe of Zex also doing a very nice job. 576 damage, so it also gets an end cap off, allowing his allies to do a lot more damage themselves. Sweeping Strike and Cyclonic Charge, more the damage for Deshef right there, as he is going to be taking the king of damage. So better Cyclonic Strikes by Deshef, although he didn't get his core abilities hitting quite as much. But, whew, ladies and gentlemen, this is extremely rough solo casting. So if you ever do, in your lifetime, see somebody just trying to solo commentate, you gotta give them a lot of credits, because it takes significantly more energy to just try and keep a show running all by yourself than just handing it off to a commentator for a little bit, a co-commentator I should say, taking a sip of water and being able to update the stream. But stretching right now. King of Claw, 14 seed versus N7 Esports, probably going to be the next one up, and hopefully I'll be able to jump into that one as soon as possible. So King of Claw versus N7 Esports. And one thing I like about the tournament system is that it actually promotes teams to keep their actual team name rather than just like making a new team and smurfing it all over the place, because they have more stats to just like want you to stay on your main character as well as to just keep your main team, because it gets your reputation up quite a significant amount. So that's always nice for me. Eventually I'll start learning the team names for the in-game tournaments, but let's see, here we go. I think we got the next round starting. Let's see if I can get in quick. Observed, yes, King of Claw, which is Solo Dolo, King of Fools, and Green Claw going to be on the warm team. Cold team, losing my voice, is Return, Appa, and Leadface. So N7 Esports has been very active in terms of the weekend tournaments hosted by BLGaming.com, as well as the ESL Cup that happened starting last week. Speaking of which, minor updates. Again, guys, if you are, a U.S. fan, sorry, the U.S. Weekly from BLGaming.com has been temporarily put to the bottom of the grave and is being taken over by the ESL Cup. We are just trying to grow the game in general. The European player base is significantly larger than the U.S. player base, as well as there's prizes for the ESL Cup. So we just want to try and get the advertisement out that, hey, look, there are prizes for tournaments in this game already. It's only been out since January 13th, and we're trying to make this game as serious as possible. We want ESL to try and promote this as much as possible, because look at this, for all you players out there. It's just like, okay, ESL is doing it, new players join. You've already been playing for a couple months, so there's some more noobs to stomp. I always like that too. It makes me look better as a commentator and a player. Everybody's like, oh, Cast, you're so good, and I'm just like, maybe not so much. I got carried. But that's beside the point. And my point is also that Kill the King is going to be replaced as well. So out with the old, in with the new. Kill the King on Sundays is going to be replaced with the qualifiers for DreamHack 2011. Now, those don't start until April 17th. So we still have a little bit of time before then. It is only the 25th today. So we've got 2 more weeks before the DreamHack qualifiers to take the place of the Kill the King tournament. But rest assured, we will get something else in its place once the qualifiers are done. We do have the Bloodsport League, which will have $2,500 in prizes or more. I mean, we're getting some good news from some sponsors. So, we always got to make sure that we're taking care of the players and making sure that this game is going to be growing. And yes, it is recorded. I'm going to just put this up real quick. Here's the recording page. I am recording. It said started recording and the stream is live. So that means everything will be fine and dandy, as we are going to get this next game underway as soon as the observer bug does stop acting up. But right now we see some nice chat there, and it's like, this is for BL Gaming. I'm not exactly sure how much these guys have had to drink, but apparently they're ready for bloodlust, as they just want saying vulgar words left and right. And here we go, Appa going to go in as the Guardian, and he is actually going to get punished just a teeny little bit. We're going to be seeing a little bit of counter pressure onto him as well. Leadface doing a good job controlling the space, getting the Thorn with that Tornado. That's going to allow Appa to, try and get a nice change of Zex off. Cyclonic Strike just to get out, and he's going to try and still chase Solo Dojo over there, and it is not going to happen as he is just surviving. Nomad with the extra. Good trance of that, though. He is not going to go down, but, man, Appa with that new Halberd right there going to be taking him out. But this could be a counter kill, maybe onto Appa pretty soon. And no, I don't think it's going to happen. He's spaced out just in time. Chain heal comes out, and yeah, that's going to be way too much. I don't think there's anything that this Swarm team can do at this point. So Appa barely able to survive, got out with the Cyclonic Strike, still went in with the spacebar of his, chased down that Solo Dolo, and took him out. Even though at 10.3 TPS, he wasn't doing a bad job trying to kite. He was doing as much protection as possible, but great support also from Leadface. He got the Thorn off of Appa's back so that Appa could apply more pressure to Solo Dolo, and he threw out some great X-Strikes which did a significant amount of damage. And here we go, see X-Strike onto King of Fools already, and he's about down to half HP as Appa is just going around M1 mashing, and Leadface here gonna maybe sit off in the background because of that Moonstone. He's gonna get knock back Solo Dolo, and Green Claw now getting the better of Appa, as we are gonna see a triple Cyclonic Strike come out, and it looks like Solo Dolo gonna try and use that Astral Beam, but get stunned and get killed. But in the meantime, they do take out Leadface, and this is looking very nicely for this Warm team, although they do have Return on the cold side, and he can actually be very potent. They do have the healer advantage. Let's see how they use it. King of Fools going to try and space in, going to try and get onto Appa. Not sure that's the best option, as it looks like he's just going to get, cleaved to death there. Appa, waiting for that goo from Return, and then they just wrap things up. So, a little bit of overplay right there. Even though they do have Return, I would have liked to have seen the Worm team maybe just wait and use the chain heal, use the Thorn as sort of a zoning factor to allow them to heal up with real HP via Bloodline Medallion. So here we go, N7 Esports taking a second round and making sure everything is right on the overlays. This is the quarterfinals, if I'm correct. Quarterfinals, yes, so I need to update that on the stream, but I'll do that after this next round, and I apologize for not doing that. So here we go. Appa, Leadface, and Return on N7 Esports. Going to be trying to get some damage onto Green Claw. Not going to happen, though, as it looks like, Solo Dolo already taking huge heat from this Nomad, who's just harassing him to death over there on the left side. As King of Fools is going to use a chain heal, space back towards his teammate, space back out and try and get onto Leadface. Good pull by Green Claw. He's going to use his ultimate, and Leadface is cut off from the rest of his team. Now's the time to try and hit Return, but no, they're going to go onto Leadface, keep him back in the corner. They're maybe going to get some more CC out onto him. King of Fools going to Cyclonic Strike and take him out. So a great play right there, and that is going to be looking very nice for this Warm side, as all they have to do is just heal up and keep it calm. Good dodge of that Cyclonic Strike by Solo Dolo, but it's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Appa is still a force to be reckoned with, as it looks like he might be able to get some damage off, and no, Green Claw comes in with his Thorn ultimate, the Deadly Roots, and he is going to wrap things up and give one round to this Warm side. So, Team King of Claw looking, a little bit stronger right now here in the quarterfinals of the 3v3 EU Open Tournament. Oh, I apologize. Quarterfinals. And if you haven't guessed already, this is Cast with a K doing solo commentary for this tournament. So I don't have anybody, like Tazosaurus or Forecourt Jester or similar to hand it off to as a backup. Let me rest. So hopefully I'll survive and make it to the tournament tomorrow and not be completely out of breath. But here we go, back to the action. King of Fools, nice disperse right there, and he's just going to be going back off, and he's going to try and do some M1 damage right here, just cleaving left and right. Chain heals coming out for both teams, and it looks like everybody's got super speed. Cyclonic Strike comes out on the Return. King of Fools looking like he's stuck in some goo against Appa as well, and maybe a little bit of an overextension. Appa and Return both using their ultimates onto King of Fools, and he definitely was fooled into thinking he could do some damage and do something for his team. But that was not the case, as we clearly saw. And this is just going to be another round ender pretty shortly for N7 Esports, who have been showing great strength recently in all tournaments. Not only the endgame ones, but also the BLGaming.com and the ESL tournaments. Whew, I am tired. Guys, what should I eat for dinner tonight? I'm deciding between Mexican, Chinese, or Italian. What do you guys think? Post it in the live stream chat at blgtv.net, where this stream is, being primarily broadcasted at, and where I am reading the chat there. So here we go. I'm going to see Cold Team already. Leadface, after getting pulled in, going to be taking a lot of damage, and he's already down to 50% real HP. He's going to get a couple of boomerangs off. Going to get controlled by the Thorn just a teeny bit. King of Fools going to try and do some more cleave damage. Not going to happen, though. And it looks like Cyclonic Strike does go out onto the Worm team, so good job right by Appa. to try and make something happen, but Leadface again cut off from the rest of his team now via the Thorn Roots, but oh, great goo right there. That's going to catch 2 or 3 people all in there. King of Fools is going to go down, and that is going to be the counter kill that they needed. Solo Dolo going to try and do as much damage on the Leadface as possible, but Appa is going to stop all of that, and that is going to be epic fail, says King of Fools. Their team lost, and they just could not kill Leadface in time, did not have the coordinated burst. So N7 Esports going to be going 4-1, and hopefully, maybe a little bit of a turnaround can come out for this, warm side, King of Claw, because I'd like to always see more matches, see, new teams up and coming, try and show what the big dogs they are all about. Again, guys, this is not me peeing off on the side. That is me filling up my water glass, so do not be alarmed. Do not be concerned. I'm not that hardcore. I'm not like one of those EverQuest players back in the day. Let's see. Here we go. We're going to be getting on to this next round. 4-1 again in favor of N7 Esports. King of Fools already down to about 20% HP. Going to use Cyclonic Strike through Appa, and it looks like he's going to get hit by the Nomad Ultimate. Leadface, using the Boomerang Bonanza, followed up by an X-Strike, and this Swarm team still not looking so good, but a good Moonstone right there onto Leadface by Solo Dolo, and Appa is in a lot of trouble. Thornolt did come out as well. King of Fools taking a little bit of heat. Goo comes out, but not going to really do too much. Green Claw, good pull-in. Appa could be dying under this beam, and yes, it is possible, and a Cyclonic Strike does come out. Leadface going to use the second ultimate, maybe kill King of Fools. Not going to happen, though, as Green Claw is just going to snag his opponents on in with his mighty Thorn pull. And that is going to probably be a nice little lockup here for this warm side, King of Claw. And they are going to be advancing to another round. They are not out of this tournament quite yet, as they still have a little bit of fight left into them. And they are going to make it 2-4. 2-4 against N7 Esports. Water is so refreshing. But yeah. Alright. Cool. Here we go. Next round. Sorry guys, I'm losing a little bit of energy, losing a little bit of steam. Been working all day. And here we go. Next round. I gotta stop saying that. We're gonna see Solo Dolo play a little bit more defensively. He's doing a good job getting those moonbursts off. Not moonbursts, moonstones off. And then, after the duration is up, he does space on out. They're going on to Leadface pretty hard, but he's just going to sprint away as 2 Cyclonic Strikes come out. Solo Dolo looking in a lot of trouble. He's got to use Aurora or something. Get on out of there. EX space. Not going to happen, though. Leadface, as the Nomad, just going to use his kiting ability to get on out of the fight. GGs do come out from the observers, as well as the actual players. And we are going to be seeing N7 Esports continue on through the brackets. And I'm going to leave this game immediately so I can try and get in onto the semifinals and not get left behind like a complete noob. So here we go. SK Gaming versus Ganking for Fun. That's going to be a pretty good one to watch. For some reason, my XSplit broadcaster is messing up. But here we go. Beastie versus Wids is a Ringer. Oh, we just saw that. Or something. I don't even know. Alright, Beastie versus Wids is a Ringer. Next game, or the last game to finish up, I should say, before we can continue in this tournament. And right now, I'm just going to get a little bit of water, change the stream titles. It is going to be the semifinals coming up next. SK Gaming versus Ganking for Fun. Could be an interesting one to watch, but I don't know if I want to see N7 Esports versus Beastie. They have faced off in the past. It's always been close. So I might actually go and watch that game. And then we'll see SK Game. Actually, you know what? We haven't seen Ganking for Fun. So I'm going to watch SK Gaming versus Ganking for Fun. You know what? I'm going to treat you guys to that. More SK Gaming for all the loyal Rex, Chipsane, and Jackasm fans. So, what did we ever decide? Was it Mexican or Chinese or Italian that we decided on for me to eat to dinner tonight? Chinese. It was Chinese. All right. So, it was Chinese. We decided on Chinese tonight. It's okay. I'm probably going to have Mexican anyway, so whatever you say, it's not going to be the final result. I just wanted you guys to participate in the live stream chat. But that's a lie. I might actually eat Chinese. I'm so indecisive sometimes. It's ridiculous. Maybe that's why I'm not so good at Bloodline Champions. It's because I'm like, should I use this ability or should I use that? I'm not exactly sure. But indecisiveness is not part of these top-tier teams, and that is why you see them always hitting their abilities and comboing very effectively. They don't waste any time, trying to decide what they're going to do next. It's always, if situation A happens, do B result. So, you can't, at this high-tier level, always be trying to decide what to do. You always have to know what the best thing to do in every situation is in order for your team to be effective. This is quite a game here. No free observer slots, so it's still going on. And, man, I wish I got in there on a little bit earlier. It's number 2 seed versus number 10 seed. But, who knows? We'll have to see. Maybe we can catch both games depending on how long they go and if it's a stomp SK Gaming versus Ganking for Fun. Let's take a look at Ganking for Fun a little bit. What? Wait a minute. It's not coming up with the overlays or anything. What is going on? Bloodline Champions is crashing, ladies and gentlemen. It's not actually crashing. Here it is. Observe. Quick. I missed the button. Aha. There it is. Even before all the players got in. We're in on the observer slot. Shows you the speed and finesse of the commentary power. As it is going to be Thunder, Rave Boy, and Oni. All have different grades. 24, 20, and 22. So, splitting it down the middle. Oni, 22. Got the Bro Fist. Grade 20, Silver Raver Boy. And then Thunder, going to be bringing down the grade 24 Hammer. But then we got, grade 26 Transcendent Emo Faces here on SK Gaming. I think they should redo the icons, but that these guys are pretty serious with that icon. It just looks polished. It's just sort of a weird face. I'd like something a little bit more bloody, a little bit more dominating and menacing, in my opinion. But, what am I going to do? They're working on the tournament system. They're trying to get all the replays done. The guys at Stunlock Studios are working very hard to try and keep this game up and running, always adding more features left and right. But enough of that, and more of this, Ganking for Fun on a cold team. SK Gaming on the warm. And if we look at the percentages, it's a 60-40 split. According to hidden rating, it's not based off of grades, ladies and gentlemen. It's based off of hidden rating. So if you ever go in a game and you're like, auto balance sucks, and it says 50 to 50%, it's you have like a 6 bone or like a grade 6 on your team. I mean, it could be a Smurf because he could just be dominating. So don't just like discount everybody, because of their grade. They could actually have a higher hidden rating than indicated. Maybe they just don't have a team for the matchmaking system, and you always have to take that into consideration when doing auto balance in custom games. So here we go. Observer bug did not happen. We just have to wait a couple seconds before it speeds up, and there it is. 3, 2, 1. Countdown timer is a little bit off, but that's okay. Whenever it says fight, they are allowed into the arena, and that's fine by observer standards. Just a little bit of polish before they can go on. And nice job there onto Jackasm. Thunder using the Astronomer very nicely, and he actually got an M1 off on a Jackasm before just running away and fleeing. It looks like they are going to be running double healer. They got a Herald and an Astro. A Thorn also played by Ray Boy versus Spearmaster Inhibitor Alchemist. And look at that, Ray Boy already has an ultimate, not really getting much on to anybody, but he did pull Chip's Iron back in. Thunder getting some good support, some good heals by Oni, and he's actually going to be using the Temporal Lockdown right now, and he's actually going to get Jackasm in. Chip's Iron, Astral Beam comes out. No, you cannot trance Astral Beam anymore. You cannot trance any kind of beam projectiles, and so Thunder able to get that good kill right there. So, holy smokes. Great play, and this double healer setup has been a little bit more popular recently with some other teams. We have seen Blood Priest in combination with a more defensive healer, as well as Psychopomp, Astronomer, 2 offensive healers, and another character. So double healers looking pretty good in these days. And hey, SK Gaming not going to be stomping these guys anytime soon, as it looks like we are going to be seeing a little bit of packet loss from Chip Cyan. So that's not good, even though his MS is 28. I think he is getting some packet loss that is affecting his gameplay, and that is no bueno, senor. But here we go, Jackhasm going to go in. Oni's just going to space on through. A good harpoon over back onto him, though, and Jackhasm is going to get a lot of hits, get that shuriken combo onto everybody. Everybody is slowed because of that, and Oni not looking so good. He's already down to 20% HP, barely able to get a fear off. And, you know, Thunder going to have to try and throw out some moonstones to try and support, but I did not see any of those trying to get Jackhasm off of his back. So, oh, look at that. I think that was in sleep instantly as soon as the Astral Beam came out. And SK Gaming definitely leveling up their skill right here. Showing them, okay, maybe we were just, you know, playing one-footed, not even one-handed, but one-footed, and they are just, you know, putting the pain back onto him. So good play right there, punishing Oni and Jackhasm again. If you leave a Spearmaster on one target, he will absolutely wreck that person. And if it's Jackhasm, he's going to conjure all the fears. He's going to fleet foot through him. He's actually probably going to fleet foot the mantra because he knows when you're going to use that, so you can't even knock him back. And look at that, 694 damage. Monstrous. You cannot let Jackhasm do whatever he wants. He'll just destroy your team. There's no chance. So I can't emphasize that anymore. We're going to get back onto the current round right here. Fleetfoot into Whirlwind again, you know, or Whirling Blade, I should say. Easy combo. Nice jump over the fear, I believe, that Oni threw out with that harpoon. And he already has Whirlwind. Let's see. He's waiting for Oni to try and maybe use his space, but he's just going to M1 in the meantime, take him down. And man, Jackhasm so relentless with that pressure. He's just going to go in Whirlwind right now. Thunder not even looking like he has any kind of a chance whatsoever. Rave Boy and Thunder did not cover Oni. They need to do that. Throw out some moonstones. Throw out, you know, a pull or, you know, a healing roots like that. You got to come back and support your team. This is a team game. This is not, you know, just a one-on-one brawl with 3 people on each side. Right now, Jackhasm is very good at just going 1v1, but that's the kind of character he plays. Thorn can control the battlefield very nicely and pull people off of targets. Oni is good at healing. He's not good at, like, protecting himself, so he needs other people to protect him. And if, you know, the protectors take damage, that's fine, because Oni does a very good job with healing as a Herald character. So here we go. They're going to try and get onto Chip's Iron and leave Oni to die yet again. No moonstones, nothing, and I can't say any more. I cannot say any more about that. In the beginning, you know, they were protecting Oni. As soon as that protection wore off, and they decided to try and go on to Chip's Iron, things just fell apart. Rex also is there to also support with a barrier if needed. And he's just going to, you know, Bloodline Medallion and Troll right now, even though he's at like 90% HP. So... 12.9 TPS, yeah, that's fine. 9.8 TPS, that's great, you know, high TPS, good job. But if you're letting one of your teammates die quickly, there's no point in that. Stat padding, not an issue in this game, like in Heroes of New Earth, because, you know, here, it's like, stats are stats, but, like, it's not all dependent on, like, what your high TPS is. It's about how you play as a team. And a good stone on to Rex right there. Chip's Iron going to clarity that out. Now's the time to go in. They're not on Oni. They're going to get on Rave Boy. That's very good. But Oni is missing all those heals left and right. And I'd like to see maybe a little bit better on the aiming side of that. But Rave Boy is staying back, playing a little bit more defensive. Jackhasm going to be using the Whirlwind. And actually, the Astronomer right there did get taken out quite handily. And there was no competition, no kind of team support when he went in himself. Astronomer, yeah, he can do burst, but he needs other people to help set up for that. You know, right there, Rave Boy, he did his ultimate. Chip Sand sort of just ran out of it. Rave Boy went back to go help Oni, which is good, but, you know, Thunder in the meantime went in. A little bit of lack of communication, and that led to their demise. So... last round, let's see if they change anything up. It was good what they did, you know, this previous round as well. They played a little bit more defensive. Oni was just trying to get the heals out. He was a little bit shady on the actual aiming, but, you know, they did a good job trying to support each other. And Rex right here, going to get stoned. Here we go. Now they can do a little bit of punish on to Jackhasm, but no Ray Boy just going to, use that Cabbage Patch shield very nicely. Not going to get hit by the deadly injection. And here they go. Oni could be the target of choice. Jack has him. Whirling Blade. Rex did get that spell lock on him. Tempest is down. Now they're going to have to put all heals on Oni, all support onto him right now, and try and help him out. And good Chrono. He's going to stay off in the corner. Ray Boy, this could be a good chance for him to use the roots, but he uses it the wrong way and gets nobody in there. I mean, you can always pull people back in, but, not effective use of the range. Rex is feared out. Good support. Thunder just trying to do what he can. Actually doing a bit of work against Jackhasm. Good Kunju, though, and that's just going to, replace and reset everything. Jackhasm is just waiting for that Whirling Blade. And Thunder, can't use his ultimate until he sees Jackhasm use that. Oni, in the meantime, going to be pounded on by Rex. Good dodge of the Harpoon, but it looks like everybody's clustered up. Oni could be in a lot of trouble. I would like to see maybe a little bit more support. Aurora coming out. No, not going to happen. Space comes in from Thunder. He did not use EX Space. He's going to use the Astral Beam just to do some self-healing. Good pull onto Chip Zion by Ray Boy into the ultimate. They could kill Chip Zion. No, they are not going to get him. He just throws on a barrier at the last second. And in the meantime, Oni did go down, so unfortunate, but a significantly better team play by this Cold team. So ganking for fun, doing a lot better these last 2 rounds, supporting Oni, and actually, getting a chance to kill somebody, as they did make it a 2-2. And, I don't know, Rex is pretty high health, and yeah, that's going to be the killing blow right there. As SK Gaming, again, going to be just doing a very nice job taking out another opponent. But, they had to work for it those last couple rounds. It was no easy joke. As I am going to try and sneak on into this other semifinals game. Beastie versus N7 Esports. No free observer slots. That's not good. Ladies and gentlemen, I need an observer slot. And actually, next patch, I talked with the developers, did a little bit of sweet talk, promised them some brownies when I come over to DreamHack over the summer. They're actually going to try and make it something in the game where I have a slot available for me for all the in-game tournaments so I can broadcast it and not ever run into this issue yet again. So that's a little bit of an inside scoop. Yes, am I selfish? For wanting an in-game slot personally for me to broadcast? Maybe. But if I'm able to bring it to the masses, 485 of you watching me right now, I'd say that's worth the trade-off. Especially since, they don't have unlimited observer slots at this point. I think there is a feature in the future to maybe do that. I'm not sure if their servers will be able to handle it, though, and we'll have to only check in later. I can't release too much information. But I'm just going to keep spamming this button until I get in there some odd how. In the meantime, I am going to... no, you don't need to refresh. I've gotten in there before. Some people leave and then you can get in. 2GD said... Oh yeah, it will. So TRR says there will be unlimited observer slots eventually in the future. And here we go. Somebody did leave for me. Congratulations and thank you to the person who left so that I could get into this game and bring it to the masses. 70 users, and it looks like this is a 2-3. As I said, it's really close. It's going to be, these two teams. Oh, whoa, not Chase Cam. Beastie versus N7 Esports. Kyra's about to go down, and yes, Appa is going to take him out. And that looks like it could be the end of the round for the Warm team. So it does look like N7 Esports going to bring it to a 3-3. That is going to give me a little bit of time to change the overlays. So Beastie on the Warm team and N7 Esports on the Cold side. But they're still alive. Wow, I am definitely surprised that this is even happening. Alpha, using the chain heal right there. Yeah, I still don't see how they'll ever win this one, especially when Leadface has his ultimate ready to just use at any time. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. N7 Esports. Taking this one to 2-4. Oh, it's not going to be 3-3. 2-4, my bad. Derp, it's not going to be 3-3. Cass cannot do math when he is tired. But rest assured, I'll get on my commentary face next round. I'll bring you the action, try and bring a little bit of hype. My voice is losing it, though. And I am very hungry, as it is 5:50 at night. here Eastern Time in the US of A. So good disabling shot right there. Appa did get spell locked as soon as he did space in. It looks like mortar coming out, but a good X strike onto Kyrez from Leadface is going to happen. Appa just trying to do everything he can, and the chain heal actually got reflected, so that's pretty funny. And a good X strike again from Leadface onto Kyrez. They're being pushed back into the corner. Delacour not able to get any kind of pulls off whatsoever. Gets a Shadow Bolt and Nether Shift, so he didn't get hit by the Chains of Zex, but he's going to get hit by, a little bit of M1 damage. But Kyrez, what is he doing way off in the corner? Maybe going to be able to get a flank. He's going to use the execute and try and get it on to return. Good job right there. And he's just dodging, trying to maybe create a little bit of space for Vic and Delacour, and who looks like they could be comboing pretty shortly. Return, nice, deadly injection is blocked. He's going to use a rocket launches on Return. Return's going to have to run away, and it looks like Vic and Delacour are going to be the ones only able to fight. As execute again, going to be hitting Return. He could be going down anytime soon. Delacour not going to change targets. Kyrez could be in trouble. Rocket jump back out. Vic going to try and do some chain healing. Oh, Appa almost getting the EX space, which would have killed both of them and put a very good debuff onto him. We got a little bit of spam on the observer chat, and it looks like things are going to be minor reset. Kyrez again has another ultimate ready to go. Appa one hit from death, and yes, he does go down. Kyrez shooting off some celebratory firecrackers, as it looks like Leadface is going to be eating one of the temporal lockdowns. Not going to be a big issue, though, and Vic just going to try and run on out of there. Delacour shooting the Shadow Bolts for some kind of space coverage while Kyrez and Vic do heal up. Not too bad. Instant injection could come out from Return if he survives Delacour's rampage, but that is not going to happen, as Leadface, again, just going to be the last one here. Going to throw out his ultimate, try and get a kill onto Kyrez. Not going to happen, as the Chronoflux does come up, and the Worm team is going to make it 3-4, so they're not out of the fight just yet. They are going to be fighting one more round, see if they can make it a 4-4 situation. If N7 Esports does win this next round, then we will be able to see who will go on to the grand finals. N7 Esports only needs one left before they advance. Going to slow down the camera speed a little bit and maybe help out with the graphics and not spacing all over the place. Leadface did eat a Shadow Bolt right off the beginning. That's going to give Delacour a significant amount of energy. Also, let's see if he hits another one. Nope, not going to happen. An Execute comes out onto Leadface instead, and that's going to bring him down to about 60% HP. Going to give Return a little bit of time to heal, get some energy that way, but Delacour and Kyrez themselves have some energy to work with. Another execute while the Guardian was spacing across, so that's going to deal significant damage. Chronoflex coming out, Return couldn't heal in the meantime. Chain heal comes out, Fear onto Appa, and it looks like he's just going to be swinging back on in. Delacour trying to shoot a Shadow Bolt, not going to happen. Kyrez himself shooting out executes left and right, so you always got to look one way or the other, looking for damage coming in, and it looks like, Time Fever is on to Return. Shadow Bolt could come out, 50 damage, and that's another Amplify onto him. Fear did 35 rather than just 16. Absolutely monstrous DPS coming out, but Leadface in the meantime doing a great job, took out Kyrez. So that is not going to be very good for the Worm side. N7 Esports locking things up. Kyrez trying to be sneaky and get that flank onto him, but he just got caught a little bit out of position. Vic could not heal him in time, and that is going to be it. So Appa, Cyclonic Strike, followed up by Boomerang Bonanza after next strike. Too much to handle. N7 Esports going to be the ones advancing on in the tournament to the grand finals. So, ladies and gentlemen, do not just spam to try and get in this next game, because actually now you can because I got in. But there it is. I am in, and it looks like this. It took about 15 seconds to fill up. Pretty exciting. We got a couple observer slots left, but I'm sure everybody's duking it out. Friday night fight night for those observer slots in Bloodline Champions. And this is going to be the grand finals, SK Gaming versus N7 Esports. Don't count one of these teams out yet. It's a 55 to 45% advantage apparently, but both of these teams have duked off in the past. N7 Esports always given SKA Gaming a run for their money. This tournament isn't as long as the BLGaming.com tournament, so they're not quite as tired. All the action is happening left and right. It's not double elim, so there's no crushing defeat, having to battle your way up through the loser's bracket. And that's better on me solo casting because it's very tiring. And not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen, I am pumped for this, but my voice is going to die, and I know I have to do commentary this weekend as well. So, you know, I gotta save a little juice in the tank. Can't expend everything all at once. But if you are wondering what this is the in-game EU 3v3 Open Tournament hosted by the in-game tournament system that Stunlock Studios developed for the game Bloodline Champions. But yes, this is being streamed for everybody that wants to know in Observer Chat that isn't watching, and it's being recorded. Ladies and gentlemen, I am recording this unlike yesterday's tournament footage. I pressed the record button this time. I did not fail. I didn't think the games for the in-game tournament system would be this epic, so I did not record yesterday's stuff, even though I saw some of the best 1v1s and 2v2s in yesterday's 2v2 EU tournament and the tournament at night for the US, the 3v3. There's some great games that went on there, and I had the pleasure of commentating both of them. But, you know, what can you do? Now I know, and now I'm going to try and commentate as many of these as possible, assuming my voice holds up, and what my schedule is for the week, because I am a waiter, and I got to pay the bills somehow. You know, not getting any money off of doing this commentary. Wish I was, but I do it for fun. Do it so that everybody can enjoy this game, and it'll get popular. Hopefully, eventually in the future, I can make some money off of this. But in the meantime, yes, back to the grindstone. You know, gotta pay the bills somehow. If you want to know when I'm ever doing these in-game tournaments, by all means, join me on Twitter. It's free to join Twitter. It's an easy way to connect up with friends or to get short updates like, hey, I'm going to be doing the 3v3 US Open Cup. You know, watch it if you want to see some Bloodline champions. That way, you know, if you're at work, you can tune in. You know, you don't have to be in-game for the Bloodgate shout-out. I know Similar over there, co-commentator buddy of mine. He tuned into the stream a little bit because he saw my Twitter post. And so, you know, giving shout-outs to other people. And, oh, no! Why did it have to have the Observer bug at this stage in the game? We're going to see the black screen of death in the grand finals. What is going on? This is not good. Oh, no. Alright, so N7 Esports versus SK Gaming. Round 1 is going to be interrupted by an in-game bug. So, yeah. We'll just have to see who wins this first round. But in the meantime, you know what? Let's take bets. SK Gaming or N7 Esports? N7 Esports. Oh my gosh. Inhibitor already got a kill. That's insane. Let's see. So it's 2v1. Inhibitor using the ultimate. Cyclonic Strike comes out. Oh, Alchemist does go down. And that's going to be, yep, 3 kills for SK Gaming. So, there it is. 3 easy blows. And that is going to be 1 for SK Gaming over N7 Esports. Guys, if you listen to the ultimates and the cries from the sounds of death, you could tell what is going on. That's why it always pays to have a good headset. But here we go. Oppo going to try and jump on in, get onto Jackhasm. Not going to happen. Barrier, ooh, not going to break. Good clarity by Return right there. Going to just try and keep him up. Jackhasm going to have to get a little bit more M1 damage off to be effective. He's at 50% HP. Oppo going to try and do a little bit more himself. Jackhasm getting a double barrier right there, and he's just going to be Chains of Zex. No, that's going to get interrupted by a nice X-Strike right there. Jackhasm going to go on to Return. It looks like they're going to try and trade healers. Will Return survive? Chip Zion just barely getting on out of there. Jackhasm in Return. Whoa, I'm burping. Sorry. I'm trying to play tea time, and it looks like a good clarity. Jackhasm is going to go down, but Appa 1 hit from death. How is he not dead? And oh, the AoE from the Runic Discharge is actually going to be taking him out. A missed X-Strike right there by Leadface. That's very rare, as Chip Zion is at such low HP. Rex really has been controlled by Leadface this whole round, and that's very good. Chip Zion does have instant injection. Did get that rune, but at what cost? He ate an X-Strike and an M1 from Nomad, and he's down to very, very low HP yet again. Return just going to try and run on out of there. Good clarity onto himself. Not going to take damage from that weaken. You know, from the deadly injection. And it looks like Crippling Goo is spell locked. Rex going to have to try and do everything that he can. Goo comes out and it's completely whiffed. I don't know what he was thinking. Return could die right here as he is going to get spaced through. And oh my gosh, what did he do with that Goo? No, mi Dios, por qué? Que idiota. Ay, ay, ay. That was going to be definitely a round for N7 Esports. But whiffed Goo just against a low Chip Zion, you can't have that. You can't have that. But here we go. 2 for in Soviet, or not in Soviet Russia. They're SK Gaming. I have to call them that now. I'm so used to in Soviet Russia, their former team name. I'm sure he's going to be slapping himself about that one for a little while. Yeah, good CC on a Jackhasm while he had that barrier out. Leadface in the meantime getting a pretty decent X strike. He's going to have to run away. Good support by Appa in return. Just trying to throw out their abilities, make sure that he gets safe back out of the fight. Rex again being controlled. Good X strike again onto Jackhasm from Leadface, but Leadface could be in a little bit of trouble, knocking back Rex. Rex having a hard time getting in on the fight, and here it is. Jackhasm does go down. Very commanding performance by the Cold team right there. Leadface doing such a great job making sure Rex is not in on the fight, been knocking him back, been getting him cut in the tornadoes. Return as well as Appa, covering Leadface whenever he does go in for those kind of strikes. So that's going to be one for N7 Esports. Much better cleanup game right there. And, shows that they are not complete scrubs. N7 Esports is a team to be reckoned with. They are grade 24, just behind, in Soviet Russia, aka SK Gaming, who is at grade 26, highest grade in the game. And, fancy harpoon. Sleep happens onto Jackhasm by return. Another great Alchemist player. I can't count him out. He's just about as good as Chip Cyan is. And Appa going to be going in, has that barrier, and it looks like he is going to pop for 25 damage. The barrier did wear off just a little bit earlier. Leadface going to try and deal with Rex over here, and it looks like a good sleep comes out from Chip Cyan. The CC favor in the Worm team side as a great X-Strike comes out onto Jackhasm. He's just going to be using his ultimate onto, oh my gosh, Return. But look at that. Appa blew up so quickly. I'm not sure if an instant injection came out as well as Jackhasm's ultimate or what. But, he just got blown up so quickly. And this one's over. Instant reactions with that Fleet Foot. Jackhasm so good on the reaction times. And he's able to just easily get out of that fight. Rex not even going to participate. He's just brushing his teeth or something along those lines. It is 11 o'clock at night in Europe as this tournament is progressing later and later. And I know he's probably ready for the weekend tomorrow. But, brush those teeth, keep the teeth clean. You can't, celebrate in victory with some dentures. It would look embarrassing as a gamer if you did that. So, always buy the toothpaste and brush them pearly whites at night. Anywho, that's a life tip from Cast, but we're going to get back onto the game, and I'll stop babbling about random, unimportant stuff. As right now, X-Strike on the way back, it does not stun, so it can't set up for as many combo opportunities. Jackhasm doing a nice Kunju onto Appa, and everybody's going to try and get on the Return, but a good X-Strike comes out. Return just going to try and run away from all that relenting harass, and I don't think he's going to be able to survive too much. Chain Heal comes out, but Jackhasm and Rex are both there. Leadface not able to control as much space as possible, couldn't get all the CCs out. I didn't see Chains of Zex being used at the end at all, really. He was just trying to do a lot of M1 damage, and that just was not what they needed. So whenever they get the tornadoes off early in the match, N7 Esports always does much better. And controlling Rex, who does a lot of stunning. He has the shield, which if you do too much damage will pop and stun people around it. He has his Wuju, which is an end cap, Waji, which is an end cap, and he also has the spell lock. So you have to be very wary of that. And Appa has almost triggered every one of Jackhasm's chances, so that's not good as well. But, looks like here we go. Leadface going to try and do a little bit of work on the Chip Cyan. Going to EX space over and try and get around the pillar. Try and help out a little bit. Good wind strike right there. Going to be controlling Jackhasm with a tornado call as Rex is off trying to use his ultimate, but no, it gets canceled with the sleep. Instant injection just missed. Return trying to run out of the fight. Double cyclonic strike. Chip Cyan in a little bit of hurt, as it looks like Jackhasm still trying to keep the pressure up. Return in a lot of trouble. He needs to use some kind of ability. Goo coming out. Jackhasm sort of stuck in it. Not really, though. He gets conjured back into it, and he is going to go down. In the meantime, Leadface going to work on Chip Cyan. Take him out with a Boomerang Bonanza. And that control by Nomad, so important in these rounds. As you saw, he did it onto Rex, and Return was able to run away. Jackhasm was a little bit slowed because of a wind strike. Appa able to get those back hits because they were trying to go way onto Return. And Chip Cyan, in the meantime, just got a little bit sighted out by these little pillars while trying to keep around the middle with the rune and trying not to get too out of position. So good job right there, using the terrain to their advantage. Leadface coming back, getting the CCs off he needed. CC meaning crowd control, able to slow down your opponents and make them not able to do anything. But here we go. Return. Deadly Injection is spell locked, and he's just going to run around. That barrier got used to maximum efficiency. But you know what got used to maximum efficiency as well is Appa with his axe. I mean, he just absolutely went into Jackasm. Rex again got controlled by Leadface. And like I say, every time Rex is in the air and he can't do all of the barriers and he can't do all of the, Woojus to Wajis and amplifies and, stacks like that, the SK Gaming team just really doesn't shine quite as much because Jackasm does rely on that damage mitigation, both from the Alchemist barrier as well as the barrier from the inhibitor. So here you go. This is going to be a 4-3 situation. SK Gaming losing a little bit of momentum over N7 Esports, who are looking to pick things up just a notch, as Appa is still in full force. Again, look at that control from Leadface, getting sluggish, the knockback, slow, tornado. Nomad is such a controlling character that a lot of people feel that he's a little bit overpowered, but it's just the play style, and you have to watch out for all those abilities. Tornado Call was blocked, but that's okay. Jackasm is just going to get on out of the fight. And it looks like maybe waiting to do something onto Rex right here. Yes, looks like the Deadly Injection is going to pop. He's going to get Tornado. Jackasm's a little bit vulnerable. X-Strike comes out on Chip's Iron, stopping him from doing all those heals. Barrier onto Jackasm. Not going to happen, though. Chains of Zex almost getting him. Rex using the ultimate. Leadface could go down, and this could be very bad because only one more win for SK Gaming, and they could be taking it home. This in-game tournament system. Return using the goo. He's going to stop or hit the Deadly Injection as well. Windstrike is down. Leadface trying to jump around. Shuriken comes out. One more hit, and Leadface could be going down. Return has to somehow get some healing off. Not going to happen, though, as Rex is going to finish him up. Appa tried to go on a Chip's Iron, not helping with Leadface, trying to peel any off as well. That allowed him to get sleeped and controlled himself. So Guardian as the tank archetype, as you can see, I mean, they can do a significant amount of damage, but they are optimally used for healing and controlling the battlefield. So 3v3 EU Open Cup here at Bloodline Champions is going to go to SK Gaming. 5 rounds to 3 over N7 Esports. Great play by all in this tournament. Glad to see all the top teams using it, and just a lot of newer teams as well. Even though you might get stomped, you might as well try your luck and see what higher up teams do to combo you, see how they actually apply themselves in game, because it's a completely different perspective. You watch these streams and you're like, oh, okay, well maybe they should do this. It's obvious. It's a little bit more obvious from top down view. Now, when you're actually in the player's seat, it's much more difficult to read the whole battlefield and to see how to combo, when to combo, what your kind of line of sight is, and the communication that goes on. So right now, I've got to give big shout-outs to SK Gaming, holding their own and proving that they should be a sponsored team in 7 Esports, doing very well. And if we take a look at the tournament brackets, third place will be split amongst Team Beastie, who lost to N7 Esports on the lower side of the brackets, and then Ganking for Fun, who lost to SK Gaming up on the top end. So with that, again, guys, this will be up on OwnTV/BL Gaming, or if you just want to go to blgaming.com, click on our VOD section, it will take you right to that page, and I will rename all these videos as soon as they are up on OwnTV, so rest assured that is going to happen. Also, for tomorrow, I'm going to make a small announcement. I will not be there for the beginning of the ESL tournament. We will have somebody else be streaming. We're going to have Frequency do that. In addition, we're going to have Forecourt Jester and Tazosaurus do the commentary for the beginning of the tournament. I might be 30 to 45 minutes late, so don't kill me too much. I'm trying to help a coworker out. She got in a huge motorcycle accident. Bones out of her hand were sticking out of her skin, and I just thought, hey, I should probably cover her shift because there's no way she's going to be able to make it back in, and they couldn't find anyone else. So I apologize for that, and I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't have any outro music, but I would just like to say, thank you for everybody coming on in and watching the in-game tournament system, and more things are to come for this game, and follow me on Twitter. I will tell you when I will do commentary on these in-game tournaments. I will try and save my voice midweek for it, and I will let you know via Twitter, my Twitter account, if you add me, what is going on and what I will be commentating and where I am. So anywho, ladies and gentlemen, This is Cast with a K from blgaming.com. Just letting you know. Bloodline it up. Champion it up. Tell all your friends about Bloodline Champions. Get them involved in the game. It's going to be growing. Funcom's doing a little bit of support in terms of advertising to gaming websites. They're going to be throwing some U.S. lands over the next couple months. They will be in some events, and you'll see some press releases on the forums as well as from blgaming.com about what they're doing. So there is some support for the U.S. scene. Don't you worry. Euros, you guys will be definitely taken care of. We got the DreamHack qualifiers up on blgaming.com. Check that out. We will be doing all the official streaming and broadcasting of those, as they are going to be replacing the Kill the King tournament series that we have. But that starts April 17th. Get your team together. Get somebody in on the fight, and see if you can make your way over to DreamHack 2011 in the summertime, where I will be actually doing the official commentary for DreamHack. But anyways, that's enough of that, and hopefully I'll see you guys in game, and I'll check you later. Peace out.